Apuna Ben, who is the Vicar General of Tori Diocese, the honorable members of National Assembly, the ministers of the state, the leaders of the organized forces, and the rest of the protocols are observed. I have few words to say, and all this is about our sister Akulang. Late Honorable Josephine Akulang is one of the protagonist politicians here in Ikwoto. She has no sycophantic character. Akulang is a committed SPLM member here in Ikwoto, in the state, and nationwide. Why am I saying she has no sycophantic character? When Akulang say no, she stand by no. When Akulang say yes, she stand by yes. And that is how I know her. And knowing somebody, I put it in two categories. One, knowing her as a person, I can describe her, and then I know her by understanding. By understanding, I take her in Akulang social life. Akulang is one of the ladies, one of the daughters of Ikwoto, who is too generous, and has a county of Ikwoto in her heart. And I think everybody here knows it. In 2015, some of our boys here, this is a testimony, some of our boys were arrested innocently. And the people of Ikwoto struggled, including Nicholas Odua. They struggle and make sure if youth are out of that jail. And Akulang contributed to the extent that the community were able to pay and these boys were out. Otherwise, if 2013 we were finding these boys in jail, we would have forgotten them, including our commissioner here, including Salah. There are many. There are about 8 or 10 who are taken from here, and they are only boys from Ikwoto here, not from anywhere. They were wrongly accused. And the accusers are still existing here. I hope by now you will have stopped it, so that we stay in peace, so that we embrace ourselves, so that we love ourselves. That is what happened. So I praise Akulang for that. And as a family, me as Muras, as my family, when my madam was very sick, she was operated because of earth. Akulang took care of her. And she took care of her, including our sister Grace. They took care of my wife until she was treated and she was out of the hospital together with us. So this is the testimony that I want to show the kindness and the generosity of our sister Josephine Akulang. When always I go to Juba, I call Ida Grace and I call her. The women tell me, Honorable, you come home. Don't go anywhere. And when I go there, we share the issue of Ikwoto. deeply. And the youth, our youth in Juba, when they hear that I'm around and I'm there, they all come and we share. And I appreciate them. So this is the generosity of Akulang that contribute to some extent the peace in Ikwoto. Many people say they know Akulang. I put it in that way. Political life. I said before, Akulang is one of the SPLM cadre, very powerful. And I took notice of this in 2019 when there was regional and national dialogue. Akulang was one of the instrumental lady who made us to penetrate to all other communities. To all other communities, not only the community of Eastern Equatoria, but the community of Upper Nile, Baragazal. We penetrated, and it was Akulang who was the forefront. I used to call her screwdriver. Where it is hard, Akulang will make sure we all penetrate through that route. And that's politically, I remember our sister Akulang for that instrumental tactics of winning. And we won, by the way, the issue of federal state when we were discussing in the national dialogue. We managed to penetrate and convince the rest of the people. She was pushing me, we go here, we go there, we go there, we go there, and we talk. And we succeeded. It's very unfortunate that it is not implemented, but I hope, with the grace of God, one day things will work. Akulang is truly human. She has a heart. We travel during referendum. Before referendum, we had election together with our governor. We went all around and went up to Bira, where we slept down with the Honorable, with His Excellency, the governor. A mat was put down, we slept, and we used that thing for covering ourselves, and it was winning. And we stayed without any food. We stayed without food, not even water, except the little water that we took from Torit. That's the one that we took. We stayed there. But all worked. We succeeded, and that's why he became the governor, and the rest also passed. For referendum, Ikwoto voted 99% because of her effort, our effort together. Because we were moving as a team and very strong. That was the glory of Ikwoto that time. But today, I don't think that glory can exist. Because some people say I'm for Apollo, others say I'm for Paul, others say I'm for Peter. So all this confusion has entered and divided us, and now the glory of Ikwoto has gone. Now, how can we revive it or revitalize that glory of Ikwoto? I'm requesting all of us from Ikwoto County, all of us, how can we revitalize this glory that we have? When we come from Tori, you only see dust. And all of us, and Okeng was here as a commissioner, and he received us and we were here peacefully, and we chat, we could even talk until midnight. That was the glory that we had. Can we revitalize this glory? Can we stop this saying, I'm for Apollo, I'm for Peter, I'm for Jesus? Can we stop it so that we revitalize our glory, the glory of Ikwoto, and we make Ikwoto another peaceful village like what we had before? If we make this, then even this issue of cattle raiding will go. It will go. If we come together, we utilize the glory of Ikwoto, this cattle raiding will go. This road robbery will go. And people have been pointing fingers at us that we are the worst people. Ikwoto is the worst. The people of Ikwoto are the worst. 2 months ago, I was in Uganda. We took the choirs. I took some moment to talk with the Commissioner of Lamu. After talking with him, I also picked time and I talked with the Commissioner of Gulu, of Kigu. So in our talk, and one time we had all of them were there, and we are now talking, how can we bring peace with people of the border? You know what they say? They say the people of Mabui. Actually, Galide Omegwa, Menu Omegwa, they are Kwana Kana, Nasta Mabui. Lakin Nasdel, Tortil, Menu Darko. Galide Manas, Ile Mutu Bese Afe. I felt very bad. So, these kind of things, if all of us are to listen to these words, I think we can change immediately. We can change immediately. We can advise our youth not to go for raiding. We can advise our youth not to go and stand on the road. We can advise our youth. We can advise our youth to resort to farming. To resort to farming. It is through farming that we become powerful. When you have food, you don't think of going anywhere. You don't even think of going to raid. You don't even think of how can I change if you have in excess. Bring this food into something else, money, and open a shop. And stay. Take cold water. Sit. Enjoy yourself with the others. Not going to the bush. That is the only way that we can advise our youth to resort to farming. Number 2, let us advise our children, our youth, to resort to education. Education. When there is no education, when there is illiteracy, conflict, unnecessary killing, unnecessary road robbery, and so forth. These are the things that will happen. But if we resort, we all talk to our mothers, to our fathers, to our leaders. We support each other. Let the children go to school so that we have literate society. Literate society. A society that thinks how to develop. A society that seeks to bring people together. A society that is happy, not carrying violence. I think these are the things that we can do. So I don't want to consume time, my brother. Thank you very much to my brother Lokoya and my sister Grace. I know what happened. You have lost many people, and it is in sequence. It is in sequence. It is so painful. It is very bad. Traditionally, we could say the girl is Sahara, but we don't believe, we of the church, we don't believe on Sahara. We believe God may be tempting your faith. Maybe your faith is so strong and God is tempting you. God is trying to put you into temptation so that you seek from there to evil ways. But God forbid. Take courage. God is with you. and we are all together with you. We will not leave you behind, we will not leave you alone, but we will continue the way we live. Thank you very much. By the way, something small. We were talking of, I think from Antiso we had. So here we discussed with the commissioner on where can we bury our leaders? Where can we bury our leaders? It is very unfortunate this thing happened when we have not prepared. Otherwise, the body of Akulang would have not been buried here. It would have been buried in a place where we honor our leaders. And we are going to do that. We will ask kindly the family, if you accept, we want to bury our leaders in one place, so that when we come, we all go and bow low to them, asking for God to protect, to continue guiding them in heaven and guide also us. So we have allocated a land for burying our leaders. Henry will be exhumed and we'll bury him just near the SPLM. We also have a land for the SPLM. Just adjacent to it, we put the land of the SPLM, and then that is a place for burying our leaders. So just near the county headquarters. That is where we design, and we want a place like that for our leaders to rest in peace. Maybe I will die tomorrow. If I'm a good leader and the community seeing that, you people see that I'm good, you can bury me there. If I'm bad, let my relative take me to it. Thank you.
He's the state MP representative and is also the area member of parliament. I will be jumping some members of parliament either from the national, because we want to control time. Now, I call upon National Member of Parliament Representative Honorable Moya Lugina to come and speak on behalf of the national members of Parliament. We have a lot of people, but because of time, we recognize your presence. Then after, I will invite Honorable Commissioner to speak, and he will finally invite His Excellency Luis Lobong Lojore, the Governor of Eastern Equatorial State.
Speaker General,